Well, after a long, hard day of working, it's kind of nice to hear that old car run, get the garage a little smoky. Well, I told you guys that I'd have a video out telling you about some important news. Big, exciting news. It's serious stuff, though. Well, first I'll tell you, some of you might know I have a couple of sons. Cody's 18 and Dylan's 17. And they turned out to be some really awesome people. They're probably the biggest joy in my life. And, you know, I've been through a lot, emotions-wise and all that stuff. With them, and I love them with all my heart. As far as, you know, women and relationships go, I sure had a tough time with that too. You know, and so here for a little while I've been in love with a girl named Holly. She's not a very public person, so she'd rather I, you know, didn't show pictures of her and all that stuff, and I'll totally respect that. I'm okay with it. But I thought all you folks there in YouTube land and Facebook land, and you know, all the people that I'm not as close to as family and close friends, you know, should know that, you know, first part of May, sometime around there, we'll be having a brand new baby. So it kind of changes the game a little bit for me. It makes life, all of a sudden everything's going to be all right. You know, I don't get as mad as easy. I don't get frustrated as easy, and I do get frustrated, but it takes a lot more, seems like. So I'm really looking forward to this this little journey. You know, I thought my 18 years of bringing kids up was over with, but knowing how much I miss my boys now, I'm all in this new little baby idea. That's for sure. So with somebody I love and somebody I trust, and I trust with my heart more than anything. That's, if you don't have that, you can't have something with anybody. I've learned that after a long, long time. So anyway, that's the big news. We're gonna get back on this fender. And I'm putting this little segment in the very front of the video for all you people who aren't interested in cars. You can watch it. You can go ahead and turn it off now if you want. We're going to go to this fender and get a little bit done on that and get this video posted. Look at this. My friend Pete. DIY Auto School, Moab, Utah. He's making it happen. He's moving, relocating eventually. He's working on it. I'm real happy for him. So anyway, let's get back to this car. Enough of the mushy stuff. Appreciate y'all checking it out and hearing my good news. I hope you're all excited as I am. All right, we're back on the clock for this fender. I spent about 4 hours last night getting all the trim off of it, and I see this stupid thing's not it's not focusing. I don't know. Santa, bring me a new fender and a camera. Anyhow, wanted to show you guys something. I was telling you in the last video that I knew that I had pop rivets and all that, and I knew I had pop rivets in the top of the fender. Well, I took this piece of trim that goes right over top of the crown, and you got your little lights, or you know, turn signal indicators are in here. Well, I was kind of surprised when I looked and I saw red primer underneath it. Well, not red primer, excuse me, the original color, sort of like an Olympic white, like an off-white color. I thought, well, that's strange. They must have made this repair, you know, really a whole lot longer before some of the other ones that had gray primer on it, you know. And so, sure enough, when I got the paint off of it, it's red primer. You can kind of see here's their Bondo area, and imagine what they did, you know, and how this reason it got replaced, I have no idea, but it's a really old repair because it's not brazed in. This isn't brazed in, and this one isn't either, like it was on the other fender. So one of the fenders got replaced. Beats the crap out of me. I can't tell. Little automotive archaeology there for you. Anyhow, we got a big patch here, big old patch, and here's a, you know, the little bit of an overlap piece right here. They didn't even primer the metal. They didn't do anything with it. It's really thin. I can bend it. I don't want to bend that too much. Good thing about this fender is the nose of it isn't rusted through. I had rust pit holes in the other one I had to weld up. The other one had been hit and crunched right here at some point. So it took a lot of doing to straighten it out. Bad thing is, of course, we have this. It goes from about right here all the way to somewhere around here. So that's a patch panel I gotta make. You know, I don't know. I at least want to make it so that, you know, I don't have to put the patch panel in and beat it down on the hammer and fill it with Bondo, because I'm pretty sure that's how they did it. You know. Anyway, I'm on the clock, so let's get this fender stripped down. I'll get this Bondo off, and we'll check out and see what's underneath everything. Maybe my camera will start to focus. All right, got the paint stripped down at least as much as I'm gonna. I got pop rivets right along through here, or at least I can see the holes back through here. So I kind of want to save a little bit of this contour and the sizing and all that stuff, just to help me make my new patch. You know, I'm gonna have to go basically where this fucking curve starts and go straight across through here. You know, and I'll probably cut down through here somewhere. It's I already know it's full of Bondo and some kind of piece of sheet metal or something. Here's our holes where somebody's pulled a dent out. You know, and it's kind of a thick Bondo, but you know, I can handle that. We can straighten that out, work that body line, make it just like it should be. Fender here is not too bad. There's a couple little dings. You know, I got an inside ding that's kind of weird right here, but look at this. This is our pop rivet situation. And I already knew it was there, but what they did, of course, instead of, you know, grinding it all down and maybe tapping it down a little bit just to put a little bit of something in it, they beat the crap out of the top of this fender and caved it in that much. Maybe not that much, but enough. This is the stuff that was in there. And that looks like Duraglass, you know, or of some sort, with the original paint color on top of it. So this is a really old repair. You know, maybe Duraglass has been around a whole lot longer than I think it is, but you know, there's just chunks and pieces of it. It's so, you know. Anyhow, that's you and I. We're gonna do like Deep Digger Dan and do a live dig, huh? You know, like you're metal detecting and you think you found something, and well, I already know I'm not gonna find nothing good. And I'm really just kind of curious as to why they even did any of this. Oh, now I see. Yep. That piece of trim that goes right between the hood and the fender, you know, it's rusted out right here. Yeah, so, you know, I'd much rather they filled the hole up with Duraglass, put the trim back on, and been done with it. The trim hides it. You know, why in the world would you go ahead and, you know, that's the original paint color right there. You know, so I have a dent all the way out to here. That's caved in that much. You know, and sure the top of this fender's rusted, but alright, well, I'm not going to say I'm surprised, because I'm not. You know, and this isn't even, I can bend that with my hands. Let's just use some 22 gauge in it. You know, they brazed the ends. I wondered why they had pop rivets in it. They must have started running out of brazing rod. They brazed the ends, or the corners, and they made it look so good on the inside you could barely see the rivet heads, and they, you know, Duraglass or Bondoed the end of it on the inside so you couldn't see it. You know, why couldn't they done a nicer job like that out here? So anyway, I'm gonna have to make a patch that goes around this corner, you know, at least a little bit, all the way up here, all the way down to here. You know, it's a bunch of crap. And you can see, maybe you might be able to see how dished in that fender is, how far they knocked it down. You know, then I already know I got brazing going on here, so there's our patch where somebody's put a patch in right through here and beat it down, of course. So I'm just going to leave this, you know, I'm going to make my new piece. The other fender went about from here to here with my patch. This patch is going to have to go from here, you know, I don't know, I'll probably go straight across through here all the way over to here. All the way, you know, I might, man. You know, I thought I'd beat time on this fender compared to the other one. I've already I've got 9 hours in this, 10 hours in this fender just messing with this. This ain't gonna be a 60-hour fender. This will be 80 to 100-hour fender. Is it worth it? I don't know. I'm gonna try to look at the best that I can see. The best I can get out of it is I'm gonna get a whole lot of experience, a lot of learning, you know, and a whole lot of people saying how crazy I am. But that's okay. That's really all right. You know, I don't know. Boy, I don't know what to do from this point other than start cutting stuff out. All right, folks. Let me decide what I'm going to do, and we'll turn you back on. All right, there we go. Got a big old hole cut. Now, we got this little channel. And this little channel is just to stiffen up this corner, you know, or the you know, where, because your hood bumpers go right in here and right in there. And what I'm going to try to do, and my tentative plan is, I'm going to cut a piece big enough, you know, for here. I think I'll have a flange right through here, but here and my 90 degree, and drop all the way down to into this little corner right here. Then what I want to do is make a pattern out of a piece of cardboard, paper, or whatever, cut it out, and take the piece that will relate from this corner to here and match up this whole wavy thing, you know, something like that. I got my piece ready to get cut out, and you know, cut it out. I'll measure from where I want it to land here and here, put it on my little bench brake here and make a nice sharp line. Now the other thing is, you can't just go welding it in after I do that, because this fender isn't flat. So this corner isn't flat. It's just slightly, you know, bowed on the top and drops down the front of the fender. So, and it's not very far from just being straight, but what I'm going to do is get on my other fender that's already done inside the house, and I'll lay me a piece of cardboard here down through here, and I'll mark it, you know, where this hole is or whatever, and then I'll just scribe a line. Then I'll bring it out here to this one with my patch panel temporarily in place and see where I've got to lift it up, and I can put slices in the patch panel, you know, here and there to let that thing come up and bow just a tiny bit, however much I think. That's the plan. So let me get something done, get this piece cut out, get something made, and I'll turn you back on. Alright, here's what we got so far. Got me a piece. Of course, I cut it large on the end, and of course got this funny pattern going on. I'll use this lighted area. So all I did, used a piece of 2-inch tape. I marked the corner real good on both ends, and then just cut it out with an X-Acto knife all the way around. Stuck it on my piece, lined up the corner with my mark right on the corner. Okay, then basically just use a cutoff wheel and cut it out, sand it down to where it's kind of lined up, and so you'll see that I'm actually pretty close. Now that angle needs bent a little bit here and there. Well, I'll take this tape off, get her sanded in, get her laid in, then I can mark my flange on top of the fender. Let me get right back to you.
5 o'clock on Friday afternoon, I worked all day, singing this tune. My whole guy's full of fishing gear. Not hard to see, my destination is Lee. Feeling the sun and a salt sweet breeze. It's springtime in this Indiana town. I can fish all day and the sun goes down.
Alright. Yeah, it's one of the first music videos I ever made. You can check that video out there on my channel. If you go to my playlist, look for featured videos, and that's one of them. That was a lot of fun to do. That was for my solo CD. I guess it's been 5-6 years ago. I always meant to do another one, just never really got around to it. Anyhow, here's what we got. We got our section cut out. We have a flange weld right through here, butt weld right through here, and right here. Now, I think I was telling you guys how, if you look really close, that original structure, like right here where this hole is, there's a frame inside here for structure for the fender. And what I did was I used a piece of masking tape, went across it, trimmed it out, laid it on my new piece after I've already bent it, you know, and then cut it out to match. Well, in order of sanding all this and get it real nice and close and tight, the top of this fender was down so that my, you know, my filler would be too thick. So what I did was, and I only did spot weld it, So I cut all my spot welds through there, and just got in there with my dolly and my hammer and knocked this up to where it looked right. I made a template from my other fender in the house, so at least both fenders are the same. Scribed the mark, cut it off, and laid the piece backwards, and then made sure it was really pretty close. And it's, you know, it's a little bit more of a gap than I want to weld, but it is what it is. It'll definitely get it welded up good. It's not going to crack. So I wanted to show you guys that before I got it all done. A little bit of mistake, but since I only you know, spot welded it, you can just cut them out and redo it. All right. So anyway, look at that. I got a hole right there to fix. You notice old parts like this, the more you beat on them and do stuff with them, the rust falls out and you'll find holes. So just beat the crap out of it. Anyway, this is pretty good. It's going to need a little holly and dammer action going on. You know, like there's a little bit of a low spot right there that I'd like to try to get out. If I don't, I don't. Anyhow, let me get this this welded up and ground down, show you that. We'll finish this here video off. Well, that there was that's John Boyer. He and I had a little deal called Old Truck Revival. We messed around with it for a couple of years, and there was probably, I don't know, in an economical way, it was one of the best gigs he and I had ever had. You know, because two guys could, and we'd done it before, jump into a little Honda Civic and drive to Ohio and play a gig and come back, have a great time. You know, he just he was in the Punk and Holler Boys with me, and I'm gonna miss the little bastard. Really, you know, he and I, it was one of them. I don't know, pretty turbulent relationships sometimes, but we're good buddies, and you know, hopefully I'll get to play with him some more, kind of like that. That video was, I don't know, it's been a while ago, 3 or 4 years ago. Anyway, came across that, wanted you guys to check him out. Check out the Hammer and the Hatchet. He and his girlfriend have a little duet that's really fun, and I played with them a couple times, so check them out. Look them up on the Facebook thing or something. Anyway, back to the fender. Got my inside, that big gap, all welded up, pretty nice. Now, no doubt needs a little bit of love here and there before I go throwing fiberglass on it, so I'm not going to mess with it too much more until, see, and I see a couple things here and there, but you know, it's basically the metal work's roughed in. The metal work's roughed in, it's done. You know, that fender can't, you know, I don't know that I could do any better than that. I'm sure a lot of other people could, but that's okay. You know, so we're going to end this video. Here, let's shut John off for a second. Good songwriter, check him out. Anyway, alright, so, you know, I hope you all enjoyed my little announcement. My new baby to come. I'm pretty sure if it's a boy or a girl, they'll be working on cars with me. It is really awesome that I'm not going to have to, you know, miss it very much. At least that's my plan. That's my hope. And you know, and I'm really hoping that Cody and Dylan are along for the ride, and And you know, I've got to get this car done for baby comes. Baby will be here first part of May. Get this car done. It's another reason. I want Cody to drive this thing for his senior prom. You know, it may not, it'll have a windshield and a rear, you know, maybe it's not all done, but it's going to be painted white and looking good, and he's going to drive it to prom. So anyway, enough of the mushy stuff. Let's all think good thoughts for me, and that everything that goes really good. You know, that's what I'm hoping for. We'll see y'all later. Thanks for checking it out. We'll be back on this fender. We got, you know, a couple little holes here. We got a big glob of Bondo here. We got a fender bracket that's totally gone that I've got to rebuild. You know, we have some patch in action here going on. Some real thin sheet metal crap over here. You know, the fun never ends. Oh yeah, we got to fix something like this too. Fix that stuff. So anyway, give me a like, leave me a comment, share the video. That supports me and makes this YouTube thing even funner for me. So hope you all have a good couple weeks. I'll see you as soon as I can post another video. Later.